Tune in to Mountain News each night at 6 and 11 as sports highlights our local high school football teams during our Pigskin Previews. Sponsored by People's Bank, member FDIC.
Coming up on First at 4, we'll have an update on coronavirus cases at the federal prison in Manchester. And you can now get a COVID-19 test and learn the results the same day.
And warm and muggy as we go through the evening hours, but we're tracking showers and storms for the weekend. I'll have those details. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, cases at Manchester FCI, the federal prison there, have passed more than 100 as Kentucky continues to grapple with the coronavirus pandemic. Both inmates and staff are stricken with the virus, but WYMT's Will Puckett reports health officials say proper precautions are being taken.
Manchester FCI has had 127 inmates and 17 staff members test positive for COVID-19. Health department officials say the prison has had only one inmate become hospitalized as a result. No inmates or staff at Manchester FCI have died. Christy Green is the public health director for the Cumberland Valley District Health Department and says that the correctional institution, by all of their checks and balances, is taking all of the proper precautions, and this outbreak of cases is concluded to one cell block.
In one way, the ability to cohort, as we call it, the individuals who are sick and who are exposed or have come in contact helps them to contain that spread and keep it from moving through the wider facility.
Now, while Green says that the reporting system for federal prisons is somewhat complicated, she adds that the communication between the health department and Manchester FCI has been near flawless. In Clay County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Green added that the risk of outbreaks at the prison having an impact in the community is low. You can now get same-day COVID-19 test results in Perry and Leslie counties. WYMT's Lacey Roberts joins us now in Hazard with more on that. Lacey?
Primary care in Hazard and Hyden now have the capability of getting your coronavirus test results in under 24 hours. Initial turnaround time for testing was 36 hours. Health officials say this left room for error when tests were transported for confirmation. Now, some may wonder if this is the same as rapid testing, and it is not. Health officials say that is only a screening test that is available in 15 minutes, but is mainly for those that are symptomatic and have high-risk exposure. Christy Harold, the lead nurse practitioner at Primary Care, says the same-day testing is the most effective.
The importance of that is because with being able to diagnose more quickly, then we can then get those patients into quarantine, identify their contacts, and therefore cut down on the transmission of COVID-19.
And Hyman and Vico will soon be next to have that same-day testing, but for now you can get your results in 24 hours. For now, in Hazard, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Tonight at 6, we'll have more on why this testing is important for our region. A South Carolina elementary school teacher has died from COVID-19. Demetria Bannister was just 28 years old. She was diagnosed with coronavirus on Friday and died Monday. She had taught at Windsor Elementary School in Columbia for 5 years. The school district says she was last seen at her school on August 28th. She began the school year 3 days later, teaching her students virtually from home.
Warm and muggy afternoon and evening here in the mountains, and that's to be expected with the summer-like pattern we have in place. Let's take a look outside our front door here at WYMT. You see mostly blue sky, some sunshine there, but we're increasing the height of those puffy cumulus clouds could support a couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder as we go through the evening hours. Those clouds really thickening up as we head towards the National Weather Service in Jackson. That's lowered their temperature right now to 83, but that dew point of 70 makes it feel closer to 87 out there on this Thursday afternoon. Those temperatures where we've seen the increase in clouds were in the low 80s, but out to the west where they've seen a little more sunshine, mid to even upper 80s with those 87-degree warm spots in Middlesboro, Monticello, and over into Irvine. And we're looking at satellite and radar showing, a couple of showers and storms beginning to try to bubble up in the heat of the afternoon. Not expecting a whole lot to come from these, but we're going to have to keep an eye on them, and that's why you want to keep that WYMT weather app handy as we go through the evening hours. Just keep an eye on that radar with those showers and storms kind of bubbling up and going away as we go through the evening hours. We're back into the 70s as we head through the evening hours, and then finally into the overnight, falling just below that 70-degree mark as we head towards dawn on your Friday morning. Now, I'll have an update on that football Friday night forecast and what looks like to be a soggy weekend coming up here in a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Nearly 100 major wildfires continue raging in almost a dozen western states, claiming at least 7 lives and wiping out towns in Oregon and Washington. Blazes in California have burned more than 2 million acres and turned the skies orange as firefighters work to snuff out the flames. CBS's Chris Martinez reports.
Aerial scenes above Oregon show the devastating effect of multiple wildfires burning in the state. From the ground, you can see homes, cars, and playgrounds reduced to ash in Phoenix, a town nearly wiped out by flames.
We were actually driving through fire for a little bit there. We could feel the heat coming into our vehicles.
For weeks, firefighters in the West have been battling a relentless siege of wildfires. Just north of Sacramento, the North Complex West Zone fire destroyed the community of Berry Creek and killed at least 3 people. A dozen others are missing.
I just want to know where the rest of my family is.
Crews down in San Bernardino County worked overnight to keep flames from inching closer to mountain communities.
We made a stand here for these 3 homes, which would have probably lit off the whole neighborhood.
Here in Yucaipa, California, firefighters are starting to get a handle on the El Dorado fire, but many people remain evacuated from their homes. This Red Cross volunteer has been helping dozens of families forced to flee.
They come in and get registered, COVID screened, and then we provide them any supplies that they need.
In Washington, where more acres burned in a single day than in a typical year, Governor Jay Inslee has been touring impacted areas.
This is an extraordinary series of events we have suffered. They are the result of catastrophically dangerous climatic systems.
Firefighters are hoping for some weather relief today in the form of cooler, less windy conditions before more heat returns to the West Coast this weekend. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Yucaipa, California.
Fires also forced people to leave their homes in Idaho. Forecasters are expecting the wind to pick up in the Pacific Northwest and down to California early next week. A massive fire is raging at Beirut's port. The Lebanese army says an oil and tire warehouse caught fire. Army helicopters are trying to help put out that blaze. It's been a little more than 1 month since a massive blast at the port killed at least 170 people and injured more than 6,000 others. An employee of a hardware store was shot in West Virginia after trying to stop a shoplifter. This is a picture from the scene earlier this morning in Charleston. Police say 37-year-old Jeffrey Smith shot the employee in the leg after the employee tried to stop Smith from shoplifting. Officers say Smith ran into a different business where he finally gave up and was arrested. The employee was taken to the hospital and is listed in stable condition. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Thursday afternoon. The Dow closes down today more than 405 points. We'll have more financial headlines coming up in our next half hour. Citigroup just made history. Today, the bank named Jane Fraser as its next CEO, making her the first woman ever to lead a major U.S. bank. Fraser has been with Citi for 16 years and currently runs the company's consumer bank. She takes over as CEO in February. She replaces Michael Corbett, who is retiring. Fraser is taking the helm at one of the nation's largest banks at a time of vast economic uncertainty due to the pandemic.
President Trump is doubling down on why he downplayed the severity of the coronavirus. I'm Skylar Henry with revelations from a new book that has the White House in damage control mode.
And we're dodging stray storms tonight, but things are looking better for your first football Friday night of the season. I'll have those details coming up.
Amy McGrath would help Washington liberals pass a government takeover of our health care.
My opinion, single payer is the way to go.
The McGrath plan is socialized health insurance, banning employer and union-provided coverage, costing us $32 trillion.
I am further left. I am more progressive than anybody in the state of Kentucky.
Amy McGrath, too liberal for Kentucky. Keep Kentucky Great is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey guys, Pap's got me out again. Do you have a fixer-upper? We can help you with that. We got doors, insulation, trim, pole-on kit, and of course metal. If you need to flip your house, come see my Pap at Taylor Metal. Here you go, buddy.
Taylor Metal's been serving the area for over 20 years. We have 2 locations and deliver all over the region and other states.
Because we got you covered.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Attention CPAP users. Have you been looking for a small CPAP but haven't found the answer? Bye-bye, big and bulky. Now you can have the freedom to sleep everywhere with Transcend Mini CPAP. Enjoy all the features you expect from a home device in a CPAP that's half the size. Try it for yourself and sleep in comfort every night, everywhere. Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini CPAP risk-free for 10 nights. Call 1-800-253-0949, 1-800-253-0949, or visit mytranscend.com.
This is breaking news from Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds. After working most of their lives in the coal industry, thousands of miners are waiting for lost jobs to come back. The sad fact is, most miners already suffer from broken bodies and black lung. That's where Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds can help. Disabled Social Security and black lung benefits were put in place to protect the worker. Call 1-800-446-0167 now. Get the process started to bring the relief you need. Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds. This is an advertisement.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tips to 5757. Services provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
President Donald Trump is pushing back against a new book from journalist Bob Woodward in which the president says he downplayed the severity of the coronavirus pandemic. The book, Rage, is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
President Trump is calling Bob Woodward's new book, Rage, a hit job.
I was very open, whether it's to Woodward or anybody else. It's just another political hit job.
The Washington Post published excerpts with audio clips of President Trump acknowledging the severity of the coronavirus to Woodward back in February.
You just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is deadly stuff.
The president tweeted this morning, Bob Woodward had my quotes for many months. If he thought they were so bad or dangerous, why didn't he immediately report them in an effort to save lives? President Trump will head out to Michigan this afternoon for a campaign event, the same state where his Democratic rival Joe Biden campaigned Wednesday and responded to the revelations.
He had the information. He knew how dangerous it was. And while this deadly disease ripped through our nation, he failed to do his job on purpose. It was a life and death betrayal of the American people.
Woodward also asked the president about the Black Lives Matter protests in the wake of George Floyd's death.
Do you think there is systematic or institutional racism in this country?
Well, I think there is everywhere. I think probably less here than most places, or less here than many places.
Okay, but is it here in a way that it has an impact on people's lives?
I think it is, and it's unfortunate, but I think it is.
This was President Trump in Kenosha, Wisconsin last week.
Some African American community leaders, and a lot of others actually, have said it's systemic. Where do you stand on that?
I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. I think the police do an incredible job.
The president has made law and order a central theme in his re-election campaign. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Bob Woodward responded to criticism that he did not publish the president's audio sooner, telling the Associated Press he wanted time to vet the president's statements. You can hear more from Woodward this Sunday in an interview with CBS's Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes right here on WYMT. The Department of Homeland Security rejects new claims from a whistleblower who says he faced retaliation for refusing to change intelligence reports. In the complaint, Brian Murphy, who oversaw the DHS Intelligence Division until last month, alleges he was ordered to change intelligence assessments on Russian interference efforts in the presidential election because they made the president look bad. Murphy says instead he was told to focus on the interference activities by China and Iran. These instructions reportedly came from White House National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien.
Totally false, and I don't think there's anyone who's been tougher on Russia in this administration than I have been.
Now, the White House denies O'Brien ever dictated such changes. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff wants Murphy to testify before his committee later this month. Murphy's attorney says his client would cooperate with any congressional investigations.
Warm and muggy evening on tap for the mountains. It's a warm and muggy afternoon right now. Still keeping an eye on that chance for a slight chance, I should say, for a scattered shower or storm. You can see that. Take you outside to some of our cameras. Here's the Mountain Parkway at Slade. We've actually gotten those clouds to move out from in front of the sun, so we're seeing a little bit of that sunshine on the roadway there. Take you over to I-75 at London. You see the afternoon, heat of the afternoon. We went from sunny skies this morning to that bubbling up with that heat and the moisture out there, bubbling up some of those cumulus clouds, and a few of these will likely turn into a few of those scattered showers and storms as we go through the afternoon hours, where you're seeing that sunshine warming you up big time. 86 right now into Hazard, 86 Williamsburg, warm spots right now. Monticello and Middlesboro sitting at 87. Where the clouds still hanging on a bit tough. It's 83 in Jackson, same thing over into Pikeville. So those clouds can cool you off pretty quick, but where you're not seeing the clouds, it is a toasty one. Those dew points not making it feel any better with those dew points upper 60s to near 70. It is muggy, almost air you can wear out there, and that's going to help fuel that chance for a couple showers and storms. Pinpoint Doppler mostly clean and clear right now. Still a couple of spotty showers. There's one over towards Claiborne County and then over into northern Pike County. A few of just west of our area, west of Interstate 75. Keeping an eye on this as you go through the evening hours. You just want to keep that WYMT weather app handy just in case you do find yourself under one of those showers or storms. Otherwise, not a bad night out there. 69 degrees, close to that 70-degree mark for that low tonight. Partly cloudy. We're going to have to watch again because it's so muggy for that late night fog, especially in those river valleys as we go through the overnight hours. Future view showing those clouds still hanging with us by 7 o'clock. We're in the middle 80s as we head to bed tonight. Early tomorrow morning, still in those 70s for that low. Scattered clouds. Anywhere you do see some of that clearing, I think you'll see an enhancement in some of that fog as we head into the overnight hours. We wake up on your Friday morning, middle 60s with those clouds still in the area. Now, for the most part, dry tomorrow. Still a chance for a couple of storms, but as we head into your football Friday night, things look sunny skies and into the lower 80s, falling through the 70s as we head towards that final whistle tomorrow night. Maybe you need to get out some of the yard work, some of the gardening tools. Great day for your Friday. Going to have to keep an eye on Saturday and Sunday, though. Things looking a little bit soggy as we head towards the weekend, but it's drying out a little bit as we head towards Monday. That car wash forecast not looking great as you head into the weekend. Tomorrow, not too bad, but then poor on Saturday and on Sunday, and you can see why, because we've got those rain chances in increasing. 40% on Saturday, 60% on Sunday before we dry it out a little bit heading into the beginning of next week. On that extended forecast where your weekend is always in view, 83 for that high tomorrow, increasing those scattered showers and storms as we head into the weekend, then closer to 80 degrees as we start next week, decreasing those storm chances some as we head towards Monday, Tuesday, and even on Wednesday, but we warm up on Thursday with the potential for a front to move in through here, giving us yet another chance for more scattered showers and thunderstorms, Steve. So even though we're into meteorological fall, it's still feeling like summer out there.
Well, too bad about the weekend, but some good stuff ahead next week. Evan, thank you very much. Straight ahead on First at 4, while a new report shows a decline in children using e-cigarettes, health experts warn too many are still doing it.
I'm Stacey Johnson. If you own a home, you know your homeowner's insurance costs a lot. But do you know why? Things you're doing that may be raising those rates. That's just ahead on Money Talks News.
Play the Kentucky Lottery's Gold Rush Scratch-Offs, now available as $1, $2, $5, $10, and $30 tickets. There's more than $217 million in total prize money. Eureka! But you better hurry and stake your claim.
More than $3.8 billion for Kentucky students and counting.
Amy McGrath and the radical left mobs opposed President Trump from the morning after his election.
And that morning I woke up like somebody had sucker punched me. The only feeling I can describe that's any close to it was the feeling I had after 9/11.
McGrath compared President Trump's election to 9/11, the worst terrorist attack in American history. Extreme Amy McGrath, the wrong path for Kentucky.
I'm Mitch McConnell, and I approve this message.
Diabetes affects thousands of residents in eastern Kentucky. Pikeville Medical Center has the expertise to both diagnose and treat it with specialized care from endocrinologist Dr. Rishi Raj. Dr. Raj, together with our podiatry and wound care services team, delivers comprehensive treatment options to patients. These are the symptoms of diabetes. If you have 2 or more of them, call for an appointment. It may save your life or the life of someone you love.
Sunday morning talk shows have always been for Washington Insider, but now
that all changes.
Greta Van Susteren cuts through the talk, examining policies created in Washington and how they affect you at home.
Not your typical Sunday talk show.
Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren on WYMT and H&I.
You're watching WYMT.
Diabetes affects thousands of residents in eastern Kentucky. Pikeville Medical Center has the expertise to both diagnose and treat it with specialized care from endocrinologist Dr. Rishi Raj. Dr. Raj, together with our podiatry and wound care services team, delivers comprehensive treatment options to patients. These are the symptoms of diabetes. If you have 2 or more of them, call for an appointment. It may save your life or the life of someone you love.
New data shows a decline in children using e-cigarettes, but 3.6 million still reported vaping in the past 30 days. The CDC also found that most use flavored products, and there's been a concerning increase in young people using disposable e-cigarettes. Young adults with hypertension may have an increased risk for cardiovascular problems later in life. Researchers in China looked at 17 previous studies, but they stressed that the risk is low and doctors should be cautious about treatments to lower blood pressure in this age group. And young adults who exercise may improve their learning and memory. A review of more than a dozen studies involving walking, running, and bicycling in people 18 to 35 showed improved attention, concentration, learning, and memory. Still to come on First at 4, a little girl's movie impressions go viral, and it's all for a good cause.
And after a good-looking football Friday night, tomorrow night, we increase those rain chances for the weekend. That greatest chance late Saturday and then through the day on Sunday. Those temperatures going from the middle 80s on Saturday to the upper 70s on Sunday.
What to save more and spend less? Get the free Money Talks newsletter. It only takes 7 seconds to sign up, and it's full of deals and news you'll really use. Do it now at moneytalksnews.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bridget Turner with WYMT. Thank you for watching this segment of Our Mountain Family. Today I'm at Baptist Health in Corbin, and I'm talking with Travis Powers about senior psychiatric services. Travis, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what are senior psychiatric services, and how does it differ from your other services?
It is psychiatric treatment for adults ages 65 and above. We recently opened an 18-bed senior inpatient psychiatric unit here at Baptist Health Corbin. It's different due to the unique needs of our senior population.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Why are you separating the seniors from your other patients, and what are their special needs?
We wanted to provide a safe and structured environment for our seniors with programming and treatment focused on their needs.
What other services do you provide?
We have inpatient treatment for adolescents and adults. We have a partial hospitalization program for adolescents. We have intensive outpatient programs for adolescents and adults. We also have outpatient and telehealth services available.
Wonderful. So if a person has psychiatric needs, do they need a doctor's referral, or can they call?
We can take referrals from nursing homes, treatment facilities, doctor's offices, community, and self-referrals. You can contact our helpline, or you can contact our direct line for more information.
Okay. Travis, thank you so much for sharing this very important information with us. And thank you for watching this segment of Our Mountain Family.
Tired of worrying about the kids using too much data and overages on your bill? Well, the folks at Appalachian Wireless know that during our new normal, data and speed are necessities for communication in our daily lives. That's why they've created the Unlimited Plus plan with 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. With Unlimited Plus, you get more data on the region's best network, and it starts at $90 a month for the first line. That's $10 a month more than our normal unlimited plan. For double the high-speed data, go into an Appalachian Wireless retail location or AppalachianWireless.com for more information on Unlimited Plus.
Closed captioning presented by Wolf, Williams & Reynolds, serving Eastern Kentucky for Social Security and federal black lung.
You probably think of banking fees as a small and inconvenience and a necessary evil, but as it turns out, they are neither. To reduce or eliminate the fees you pay to a bank, follow this advice from money expert Stacy Johnson.
When you think of obnoxious fees, you probably think of this, the airport. But while fees to check a bag or pick a seat are outrageous, at least they're infrequent. Banking fees are worse for 3 reasons. They're continuous, you often don't notice them, and they're hard to get around. According to a recent survey by MoneyRates.com, the average bank customer now pays $14.13 a month, or $169 a year, for a checking account. That seems like a lot to access your own money. Mistakes are also pricey. Overdraft fees are now averaging $32.30. And the average fee banks charge their own customers to use an out-of-network ATM is now $4.57. So what's a customer to do? Well, not easy. The answer is simple. Don't use the banks with the highest fees. Who are they? According to Money Rates, the biggest banks.
Here is a new concept in banking. The $3 million structure is filled with unique features.
The ones who advertise the most also charge the most. Way less are online banks. They're less likely to charge checking account fees, and those that do charge less. Need in-person banking? Credit unions are also more likely to offer free or discounted checking. And if you think $150 a year is no big deal, think of it this way. $150 compounded at 8% for 30 years is $18,000. That's money that's either going in your pocket or your banker's pocket. Ready to save on fees? I've got a lot more information for you. Go to MoneyTalksNews.com and just do a search for banking. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Well, now to our viral videos, and you're about to see what is left of a St. Louis home that was leveled in an explosion. Fire officials shared video that captured the blast from down the street. Neighbors were awakened by the terrifying sound. Thankfully, no one was in the house at the time of the explosion. Authorities are working to determine what caused the blast. Meanwhile, neighbors are rallying to help those affected. Well, a little girl from Connecticut is becoming an internet celebrity for spouting famous lines from famous movies. The viral vids start as a fun family project to stave off quarantine boredom, but have become a viral vehicle for a good cause. The families are using the videos to spread awareness and raise a charity effort to end hunger. So far, they have raised more than $12,000. The family says, why not try to help as many people as they can while having as much fun as possible with their kids. First at 4 continues after the break. Coming up on our second half hour of First at 4, the Black Caucus is hoping to deal with police reform in Kentucky soon, find out their concerns. And learn when the Corbin Arena will be opening again, find out what shows are already booked.
And warm and muggy as we go through the evening hours, but we're tracking showers and storms today and into the weekend. I'll have those details. First at 4 continues right now.
There is no certain call for a special session, but members of the Kentucky Black Legislative Caucus say a session dealing with police reform is still possible. If not then likely in the 2021 regular session. Today, several members of the Black Caucus shared concerns with the media. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what was discussed.
Representatives Reginald Meeks and George Brown Jr. say they're having ongoing discussions and meetings with Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear to flush out issues central to them, saying they want more seats at the table as Republicans iron out their agenda for the upcoming General Assembly session and possibly even a special session. The news conference comes as there's been whispers of that possible special session. Already some states have called them, including Wisconsin, where there was the most recent violence and destruction following the civil unrest and the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Lawmakers say Governor Beshear reached out to them to make sure their voices were heard.
We will have ongoing meetings with you, the press, to share what these issues are, to share our resolution and our positions.
Regardless of if there is a special session, Representative George Brown Jr. of Lexington says that there will be legislation in next year's regular session that begins in January of issues central and very important to them. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
House Minority Floor Leader Joni Jenkins said today that they hope to have their agenda dealing with policing and criminal justice reform finished within 30 days. Tomorrow marks 19 years since the 9/11 terror attacks. Every year since, Cash Express employees have taken cakes to first responders across the country, thanking them for their service to the community. One day before September 11th, Cash Express workers in Hazard took nearly 2 hours out of their morning to deliver more than 30 cakes.
Just gratitude and thank you for putting their lives in danger and for everything that they do for our nation.
In years past, first responders got cards signed by the community. Because of COVID-19, they opted not to do that. As things start to slowly reopen, one local arena now has some upcoming shows booked. WYMT's Madison Pergram takes us there with a look at what the future might look like.
Here at the Corbin Arena, their doors have been closed for months, but that won't be the case for too much longer. The Corbin Arena has tickets now on sale for 2 shows, including for Travis Tritt, which is at the end of this month. The Corbin Arena can hold up to nearly 7,000 people, but due to the coronavirus, they will cap that amount to 2,000 people per each show. Christina Bala, the arena manager, says things will also look a little different if you come to a show here, including pod seating.
So when you go in to buy tickets, or when you come in here to buy tickets, you will purchase tickets in groups. So, I mean, you would go to a concert in groups anyways, but they're, for the most part, in 2s, 3s, 4s. We do have some 5s spread around a little bit.
Bala says the first day that the Travis Tritt tickets went on sale, they sold nearly 1,000, which is about half the tickets they have available. For now in Corbin, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Madison will have more about what shows could look like in the future coming up at 6.
We could see a few stray rain chances as we go through the evening hours. Most of us, though, will stay on the dry side. Most of us are dry right now. Let's actually take you outside to downtown Whitesburg. They're sitting at 85 degrees right now. Notice that dew point up there at 68. That makes it feel closer to that 88-degree mark. So I know we're in meteorological fall right now and have been for about 10 days, but it still feels very much like summer outside. Temperatures, for the most part, where you've seen the cloud cover, like us here in Hazard, we jumped back up to 86 a little while ago. We're back down to 82 now. 83 in Jackson, same thing in Pikeville. But out to the west, 87 Monticello and 87 in Middlesboro. So we're still dealing with some of that heat out there for us right now. Satellite and radar showing just a couple of those pop-up showers and storms. Not even storms, really, just showers as we go through the evening hours. We'll keep an eye on those and the latest on that football Friday night forecast. First one of the season. I'll have that coming up in a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. With schools back in session, most students are working from home, but from Wi-Fi issues to trouble with certain programs, families are finding it hard to maneuver virtual academia. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shows us how one Floyd County church is offering some assistance.
Ridge Point Church in Prestonsburg is focusing on a need in the community, opening its doors to students who may need a little help with virtual learning. As online learning throws hurdles in the way for many families, Ridge Point hopes to be a point of connection, Wi-Fi connection, and human connection. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the church is open to students, grades 6 to 12, giving them a space to work in a social distance environment while providing the social interaction they crave. Pastor Clayton Case says it is about helping students, but it is also about helping families provide.
As a church, our goal is to partner with parents in our kids ministry, and as a whole, we like to partner with parents and help parents be the disciple makers in their own families and give them the tools that they need. Well, this is just an extension of that.
Church members say it is all about real people extending real love in a time when it's really needed. In Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The church hopes to serve up to 20 students each day, also providing snacks and lunch on site. Find out more about the mission coming up tonight at 6. Well, this has been the buzz in East Tennessee today. Knoxville Dispatch reported seeing a tiger in East Knox County around 7 o'clock this morning. TWRA officials say they do not know where the tiger came from and have said a trap baited with chicken. Zoo Knoxville, Tiger Haven, and Little Ponderosa Zoo all say their tigers in those areas are accounted for. If the tiger is caught, it will be taken to Tiger Haven. New photos from the scene of the Breonna Taylor shooting show that at least one Louisville Metro Police Department officer was wearing a body camera during the raid that resulted in the death of Taylor. Now, it is still unknown whether that camera was on or recording. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul spoke about the new developments today and says he remains pro-body cameras.
I've been in favor of body cameras in general. I think body cameras protect good policemen and also make people conscious, well, what I'm doing is on camera, so I'm going to make sure that I adhere to the law.
Now, the Trump administration could stop coronavirus screenings of passengers from overseas arriving to the United States. That's according to 3 officials familiar with those plans. The U.S. started enhanced screenings of passengers arriving from Wuhan, China, at select airports in January. During the following months, additional airports began the process of checking passengers from high-risk countries, but the administration now appears set to end those screenings. Behind each of the victims of the coronavirus pandemic is a story of life and loss. Johnny and Kathy Darlene Peoples have been married nearly 50 years when the coronavirus ended their love story. Their son Shane shared the story of how his 65-year-old mother got sick first, just days away from retirement. Then his dad began to show symptoms 2 days after his mom got sick.
They put him in the same room, same ICU room, put their hands together. The nurses gathered around, and within 4 minutes of each other.
People shared his grief in a Facebook post, determined to use the opportunity to remind friends of the threat of COVID-19 and the importance of protecting each other. President Trump will hold a rally in the key battleground state of Michigan tonight, but first he held a news conference as the fallout from a new tell-all book continues. Meanwhile, the Democratic vice presidential candidate is in Florida today. CBS's Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
Tonight, President Trump holds a campaign rally in Michigan, a state he narrowly won in 2016.
I think he's done a wonderful job.
We're voting Trump 100%.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden ahead there. Biden brought an economic message to the Wolverine state Wednesday.
In my first week, I'll sign a series of executive actions to make sure we enforce Buy America.
The former vice president also condemned President Trump after released audio recordings showed the president intentionally misled Americans about the severity of the coronavirus back in February and March. The comments were part of a conversation with author Bob Woodward for his upcoming book Rage, published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
The president called the book a political hit job.
If Bob Woodward thought it was bad, then he should have immediately gone out publicly, not wait 4 months.
During his recorded conversations with Woodward, President Trump also acknowledged the existence of systemic racism.
Okay, but is it here in a way that it has an impact on people's lives?
I think it is, and it's unfortunate, but I think it is.
Democratic vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris traveled to the battleground state of Florida to meet with black leaders.
Real leadership is always going to be about leaders having the courage to speak the truth.
A recent NBC Marist poll shows both presidential candidates in a dead heat in that state. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Both President Trump and Democratic candidate Joe Biden will be in Shanksville, Pennsylvania tomorrow to mark the 19th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Shanksville is the site where United Airlines Flight 93 crashed after passengers fought back against the hijackers. Coming up on First at 4, find out how technology is advancing automobiles across the country.
And it's a warm and muggy finish for your Thursday. How's that Friday night football forecast looking? I'll have those details coming up.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Johnson Central Golden Eagles battle the Bell County Bobcats this Friday night on HNI and WYMT.com.
This is a really weird house.
I choked on a banana. The more twists, the more crazy the house is, the more people start to panic. I like that.
At this point in time, everyone else is fair game.
Are you going to come after me? Like, stupid.
Like, I'm so ready to just, like, run in slime and flip upside down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm like, yes, black girl magic, let's do it.
New Big Brother All-Stars, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Attention CPAP users. Have you been looking for a small CPAP but haven't found the answer? Bye-bye, big and bulky. Now you can have the freedom to sleep everywhere with Transcend Mini CPAP. Enjoy all the features you expect from a home device in a CPAP that's half the size. Try it for yourself and sleep in comfort every night, everywhere. Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini CPAP risk-free for 10 nights. Call 1-800-253-0949, 1-800-253-0949, or visit mytranscend.com.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Tune in to Mountain News each night at 6 and 11 as sports highlights our local high school football teams during our Pigskin Previews. Sponsored by People's Bank, member FDIC.
I heard you were in an accident. I'm with the insurance of the driver who hit you. I want to make sure that you're fully paid for the little ding, although most of this looks pre-existing. You really don't need to bring any lawyers into this. All I need is a X. Perfect.
The insurance companies admit themselves that people who hire a lawyer recover 3 times more money. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Now for our Money Watch report on this Thursday, the Dow Jones closed down 405 points. The NASDAQ was down 221 points today. Another 884,000 Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week, according to the Labor Department. That was worse than expected, and despite coming in under 1 million, it is one of the worst showings on record. The economy is struggling to stabilize, with some industries like restaurants and hospitality still not at full capacity. AstraZeneca says that despite halting a late-stage trial of its COVID-19 vaccine, it should still be on track to know by year's end whether its vaccine is effective. The caveat, AstraZeneca says this timeline can happen as long as it is cleared to resume trials. The company paused testing when one of its trial participants showed signs of illness. A safety review is expected to determine whether the illness is tied to the vaccine. And since 2020 is the year of the road trip, Airbnb is hosting 2 tiny themed getaways for the fall season for $1 a night. The vacation home rental service is offering 2 tiny homes, one in New York and the other in California. And the $1 stays come with a personal Mini Cooper. Both are up for booking now. Well, I have another pretty dry day out there, but that's not going to last too much longer.
Not too much longer, Steve, but the good news is it's going to last through at least the part that we're looking for, which is that first football Friday night coming up tomorrow night. Mostly dry out there right now. Let's actually take you to a place where we have seen a little bit of that shower activity today. Our camera up at the University of Virginia at Wise. You see they started out sunny, then we had a couple showers move through, then we broke back out into the sunshine again. And that's really what we'd experience if we were dealing with, if you did get caught under one of those showers or storms, I should say. Won't rain too long, but if you do, you could get a little heavy rain out of it. Buffalo Mountain camera, a lot of that hazy sunshine. A lot of this is due to some of the smoke from those wildfires out to the west. And a few of these are those puffy cumulus clouds trying to grow into those showers and storms. Those temperatures, where we're seeing those clouds, it's a little bit cooler. 83 Jackson, 82 in Hazard, but still warm off to the west. We've just hit 88 in Jacksboro. That is now the warm spot in the mountains. Up, same thing in Jonesville. So we have 2 of those 88-degree readings out there this afternoon. Those dew points, reason it feels so hot and sticky out there, those dew points in the upper 60s to right around 70, even 75 up in Ashland. That is just sultry out there this afternoon and into this evening, fueling some of those showers and storms. You don't see a whole lot of them, but when you do, you could get quite a bit of rainfall. This was actually stronger just a bit ago, just to the west of the Pulaski-Laurel County line, and we go up farther to the north into Jackson County, north of 421, just to the northeast of McKee. They're not very big. You could get a little bit of rain out of them. Won't last too long, though, and you should be, if you're out back, if you are having any of those outdoor activities, not too bad out there. There's that small chance of rain if you maybe have some leftover burgers or dogs from Labor Day, going out and firing up the grill. 83, then we keep those rain chances at bay as we head later on into the evening, falling into those middle 70s. Future View giving us an outline of what we're looking for your football Friday night, starting off late tonight, lows near 70. Future View trying to cool us off even into the middle 60s as we wake up in the morning with some of that patchy fog and even some cloud cover out there, but things begin to improve as we head into the afternoon. Yeah, a couple of stray showers or storms possible, but the vast majority of us will stay dry and comfortable with those temperatures right around 80 degrees. And as we head towards kickoff for your football Friday night, still in those low 80s, mostly clear skies, just gorgeous out there. If you are headed out to one of those football games by the final whistle, things are cooling back into the 60s. Speaking of cooling, yeah, we're going to have to be dealing with that. 83 Friday and Saturday, but as that rain kicks in, we are cooling off as we head later on into next weekend. Where the extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view, 83 Friday and same thing on Saturday. We increase those rain chances as we head towards Sunday, 78 degrees. Then as we head towards Monday and into Tuesday, we cool those temperatures down with just a straight chance of a shower or storm. Steve?
Evan, thank you. So what's in a name? New research finds a lot when it comes to the technology in some of today's vehicles. CBS's Michael George explains.
So now the car can actually merge on the highway by itself.
Before the pandemic, we took a ride with Steve Sequeira in his Tesla, which comes with autopilot. The semi-autonomous system can steer, accelerate, and slow down the car on its own.
I actually prefer using autopilot on the highway because it decreases my mental workload while I'm just sitting there in traffic.
A number of new cars have some self-driving capabilities, all with different branding.
Let go. It's as simple as that.
From GM's Super Cruise to Nissan's ProPilot Assist.
The system can recognize speed limit changes.
And a new study finds those names can be important.
The way in which a system is characterized, which includes the name, does have an important impact on drivers' expectations of the system.
William Horry is with AAA.
Okay, so I can let it go.
Which had two different groups of volunteers operate the same car. For the first group, researchers gave the system the fictional name AutonoDrive and presented drivers with an upbeat assessment of its capabilities. For the second group, researchers named the system Drive Assist and downplayed what it could do.
It feels strange.
What we found is some pretty profound differences between the two groups in terms of their understanding and expectations of the systems.
More people in the AutonoDrive group said they'd feel comfortable eating or using a cell phone compared to the Drive Assist group. The AutonoDrive users also had more confidence in the car's ability to take a tight curve or avoid a collision.
They tended to think that the system was a lot more capable than it was. They expected it could perform in a lot of situations that, in fact, it couldn't.
Horry says automakers and dealers need to set realistic consumer expectations for these systems. More importantly, drivers need to educate themselves on the technology's limitations. Michael George, CBS News, Union, New Jersey.
This is a really weird house.
I choked on a banana. The more twists, the more crazy the house is, the more people start to panic. I like that.
At this point in time, everyone else is fair game.
Are you gonna come after me? Like, stupid.
Like, I'm so ready to just, like, run in slime and flip upside down. I don't know.
I'm like, yes, black girl magic, let's do it.
New Big Brother All-Stars, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Do you have sleep apnea like me? Then you know the hassle of dragging your big, bulky CPAP device with you whenever you leave home. That's why you're going to love the Transcend Mini CPAP, the world's first portable mini CPAP that's both super compact and lightweight. It's as small as a can of soda, weighs just a pound, and has a battery pack about the size of a deck of cards.
Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini CPAP for 10 nights risk-free.
Transcend delivers what I need to sleep well, yet it's smaller than my shaving kit, so it's easy to take with me anywhere. It's even FAA compliant, so I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. In fact, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now.
Bye-bye, big and bulky. Now you can have the freedom to sleep everywhere with Transcend Mini CPAP. Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini CPAP risk-free for 10 nights. Love it or send it back. There's no risk. Call 1-800-318-8087. 1-800-318-8087. Or visit mytranscend.com.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey?
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids, all for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
Call 1-800-348-0243. That's 1-800-348-0243 or order online at buyrobotwist.com.
You're watching WYMT.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna give it some more.
Welcome to Love Island.
Come for the romance, stay for the drama.
We're here to take risks, not play it safe.
I'm losing my mind.
Just stay cool.
I just want to go home. America has spoken. I don't want you to go.
Oh my God.
Frightening. Why are they taking my boyfriend? It's America, not me.
Oh, America, why? Love Island's new episode tonight, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Friday, Tom Selleck stars in a new Blue Bloods on CBS.
We have a couple of breaking stories we want to tell you about. The first out of Pulaski County, where the sheriff's office says a woman is dead after a car crash this afternoon. It happened on Highway 80, or the Hal Rogers Parkway, in the Shopville community. That's between Somerset and London. No names have been released. We're told traffic is being diverted in that area for the time being. Again, that's the Shopville area, a deadly crash this afternoon. Also out of Lexington, we've just learned UK Athletics have announced what football games will look like this fall. They will only have 20% capacity at Kroger Field at Kentucky football games. That adds up to about 12,000 fans. Suites will be limited to 10 people. In addition, and this is big for a lot of folks, officials say there will not be tailgating this year. Tickets this year will be based on K-Fund points. We'll have more on both of those stories as we learn new information. Now here's a look at what else we are working on for Mountain News beginning at 5:30. We will carry Governor Beshear's address to the state on COVID-19 Live. That is expected to start right at 5:30. Frontier Nursing University donates its campus in Hyden to Leslie County, but a historic stained glass window is not in the deal. Plus, the new splash pad opens in Corbin tomorrow. We hope you'll join us again beginning at 5:30. We'll be right back.
This is Gary C. Johnson. Tune us in Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, except they'll allow. Have some fun with me and Keith. It's not a very negative show.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tips to 5757. Service is provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Attention Zantac users. The FDA requested manufacturers to pull Zantac and products containing ranitidine off the market, noting exposure to unacceptable levels of a cancer-causing agent. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after regular use of Zantac or ranitidine products, you might be entitled to financial compensation. If you have any of these cancers, time is critical. Call now for a free consultation. If you don't win, you pay nothing.
Call 800-477-8978.
1, 2, 3. We're gonna give it some more.
Welcome to Love Island.
Come for the romance, stay for the drama.
We're here to take risks, not play it safe.
I'm losing my mind.
Just stay cool.
I just want to go home. America has spoken. I don't want you to go.
Oh my God.
frightening. Why are they taking my boyfriend? It's America, not me.
Oh, America, why? Love Island, new episode tonight, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $70 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $70 off. Call now.
Introducing NutriChopper, the compact handheld speed slicer that cuts up to 10 times quicker than a knife. You can have one slice or 10 perfect slices at once. NutriChopper comes with the razor-sharp interchangeable stainless steel blades to make all of the cuts you want, and all incredibly quick. Mince a mound of onions and never have time for tears. And NutriChopper comes with a perfect portion container so you can slice, seal, and store it all in one. You get the complete NutriChopper set with blades and container with lids, all for just $19.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. WKYT News at 5 is next. We'll see you back here at 5:30 with Governor Beshear's address.